Hey, what's up? Welcome to this video that I'm recording to you guys today, being on the 29th of October, and in the year 2025. It's an honor, what a blessing that you're here today, and what an inspiration truly that we are able to do this. And I've been wanting to do this for quite a long time, but just to get into the video of the day, I just want to talk to you guys about how you can be able to start a small business, or rather a small retail business, like mine here, the one you're seeing around me, that can be able to be a passive income, and it can fund your luxuries, or you can be able to earn money without really being there physically. So these are the steps or the ways that I was able to do it, and I'll give you guys a step-by-step guide of how I was able to get the first inventory, make the first order, build the shop, because this is a structure that I built from the ground up. It was not there before, so it's not rented as well. And the whole process from start to finish, and I'll give you guys a 10-step methodology or points that you can be able to take and start a similar thing. And yeah, so let's get straight into it. First thing first, you need to be able to scan the location you want to start the business. Here I'm going to say that the location that I picked was not really flexible, because I decided to open it at a place where I'm located, so it's at my home, and so I wasn't really able to have that flexibility in terms of choosing a location, because I didn't want to rent. But for you can be able to make sure that you choose a location that fits you, a location not only that fits you, that is convenient to you, but one has high human traffic, so people are walking around. This can be in major highways, in markets, or rather residential areas where there is high population. And you want to target the middle class, because they have a lot of money to spend. So yeah, that is first thing you need to, the cow, you just have to bear with me on that, but you have to scan the location and ensure that there is high human traffic, to be specific. Number two, you want to be able to really look at the how can I put it, you want to look at is the place, not really the place, you want to look at what really sells in that area or in that location, what is in high demand, what is that product that people are used to. And this you'll have to do research by asking shops around what products people use a lot. You can be able to also just stop strangers and have a chit chat, and during this chit chat you pose some questions, and they have to be very nuanced, so that they don't feel like you're interrogating them. They might think you're a DCI or some sort of that. So that's the second thing you want to look at. You want to look at the products that sells the most, the product that people use a lot. These are the products that you start to restock. These are your first orders that you're making that will be your inventory when you open that mini retail shop or mini store, whatever you want to call it. And number three, I'm going to tell you guys, it's about the ease of how you can be able to reach where you source products. So for example, for me, it's near to town, so being able to get the products I need and the inventory and the order I want, it's easier. So you want to also look at that, how easy will it be to order something from town to to the place or to your shop. This is important because transport can be very expensive and can really cost you a lot. And what you want to do is you want to keep the costs very low. You want to keep the cost at a minimum so that you can have an overhead and make profits, because come on, that is the basis of a business, right? So that is another thing. That's the fourth thing you want to look at. How well are the roads? How accessible is that place? And how far or near to a major city or a major town is the place? These are very, very unique variables that you need to look at, and it is very important because there are some places where the road is bad, like bad for bad, and you want to avoid these places because it will really be hectic and be a struggle when you're trying to even order products, because suppliers will refuse to come to your shop and supply you. That is the fourth thing. The fifth thing that you'll want to consider is the money you have. So a shop might look just, like any other business, but it's heavy on capital. It's very capital demanding. You need to be able to really put a lot of capital when you're starting. So you have to have that capital, if you get what I'm saying. So you need to also look at how much do I have and how much am I supposed to invest. So because you might pay the rent, do all the things, and even fix some issues if the shop had issues, and build some structures here and there, only to realize you don't have the money for the first inventory, or for buying the goods and the products you want to sell. And these will be detrimental to you because, one, you'll make losses even before you start, because you'll have paid rent, you'll have done all these things, yet you can't start business because you don't have the money to. So from time to time you'll be seeing some cuts here and there because I'll be distracted to attend to customers, and just want to let you guys know. So I was saying about the money you want to start with, how much you have, the capital you have ready. You need to have a good amount of capital because it's capital intensive. It requires a lot of products or inventory. This is not something that you can just start without really having the stock. It's something that you must have the stock. So you see, it's very intensive on capital. You have to have that. It's non-negotiable. Another thing you want to do when you're trying to enter into this business is you want to be able to know suppliers. If you see these people who use motorbikes or whatever means of transport they use, but they carry some goods, so you also want to be able to know these suppliers, because if you don't actually know them and you try to engage them, you'll be at a disadvantage. You will have struggle, or you won't be able to acquire these products that are in demand. And one thing I've realized, these people hauling goods on minivans, motorbikes, and probox, or the small cars, they know the products that is on demand. They know the products that people actually want. So that's why you want to be able to befriend them and actually build a connection. Not really a connection, rather, but you want to get their contacts, network with them, because they'll be very key in helping you get the products that people want, specifically underline the one that is on demand. So on the next one that I've learned, you want to be very strict with your credit facility. This, I can't stress it further, this is detrimental to any retail business, especially the small ones that are based in the neighborhoods, because One thing, there is a culture of kukopa in Kenya. In Kenya it's called kukopa, but it's borrowing in English, and that culture can bring you down to the, you can literally lose the capital you invested in that business just by giving out goods on credit. So you want to handle that credit facility, or just eliminate it. You cannot start a business and have a credit facility in the first year of that business, because it has never happened. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen like that. So yeah, you want to avoid it as much as possible. Just ensure that you're able to treat your customers, or try to teach your customers a habit of just paying on time rather than taking goods on credit, because at the end of the day, you're here for the profits. If it can't be bought, don't give. If they are not buying with cash, don't give, because someone else will come and buy it. Another step, time is out. We are out of time, so I'll just keep rushing through these points. I think we are on number 7 or 8. Let me just say 7. The 7th point, you will also want to be able to look out on small animals that will spoil items or products. These include rats, mouse, ants. These small animals that actually eat or act like rats. They eat food, they stay in places where there is dark. You want to avoid, or cockroaches. You want to avoid such incidences where these things spoil goods, because you'll go at a loss. The 8th point is that you should try as much as possible to get discount on all goods you buy or orders you make, because profits are made when you're buying, not when you're selling. That's one rule you want to know. I stole it from Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. But yes, you want to get as much discount as possible. Or you can even source the products directly from the company. This will be beneficial to you, because you will have a much larger profit margin, and you can be able to also play with the prices more, like you can have that range that you can be able to price your goods, and this will be an advantage to you, so that you can be competitive from other retailers as well around your place. The 9th point is that you want to also track all expenses, track all of the money coming in, the income, or rather all the sales. As that's what I wanted to say. You want to track all the sales to the very last coin, because that is where you'll be able to see how the shop is doing, how the business is going, and just have that overview, have that drop down or breakdown of the shop and everything. It literally gives you the health of the shop. It's like this scan for ICU, where they scan the body for diseases. You tracking cells is similar to that. As on my opinion, I'm not a specialist, I'm not a professional. I'm just someone who have the experience, and I'm willing to share. So you also want to track sales. Number 10, and the last one, you want to avoid dead stock. Dead stock is money sleeping. And money sleeping, you don't generate any value from it. Basically, you've just taken the money and just buried it underground. That's how dead stock is. So you want to recognize the goods that are selling, and the ones that you're trying out for the first time. You don't buy bulk, or you don't buy in large quantities, you buy in smaller quantities. So yeah, that is very important, because cash flow is what you are aiming for. And if the goods you bought are not selling, giving you that cash flow that you want to generate, you want to be able to buy more products hence you are stuck, you don't have the money, it's lying in your shop dead, and you are there. Basically you're stuck. Basically you've just taken the money, buried it, and you're just staying, hoping for who knows what to come. So yeah, those are the 10 points that I think you should be able to take into account when you're trying to start a business, and to be specific, a small retail shop like this one. And yeah, for more tips, for more guides, and for more ideas, subscribe to this channel, Mesha Kiprop, your investment guide, your your best YouTuber. Subscribe, share, and like. See you on the next one. See you at the top.